desire.
Yes.
Like the desire to water the camels.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Absolutely. Desire is a huge thing. And what I call it is your why. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to create lasting change in your life? What is your reason for it? Because when you're mildly interested in having something happen, you're going to do whatever's convenient. Oh, I'm sitting here watching TV on the couch, flipping through the channels. I find a show that may benefit me or help me learn something. Okay, I'm kind of interested. I'll watch it. The power goes out. You have to make an effort to go and track down a copy of that episode somewhere. You're not going to do it. Mm-hmm. But when your why is so strong, when you are serious about making changes in your life, you will do whatever it takes. When you're curious, you'll do what's convenient. When you're serious, come hell or high water, no matter what obstacles you face, no matter what challenges, no matter what grizzly bears, no matter what mountain lions, it doesn't matter. You will do whatever it takes. And that's how I can tell if people are ready or not. Because if you're arguing with me, if you're still trying to prove to me why you're right, if you're still trying to justify your situation, explain to me your situation. But usually after 2 sentences, I know what's going on, and I don't need the whole drunkalogue of everything from the age of 2 on that has brought you to your 5th failed marriage. And I don't need all of that, because usually within the first couple of sentences, I can see through this little story that you're writing about yourself and get right down to the core motivating factor. I don't have to know why. I don't have to know where it came from. I just know that it's there. It's like detecting a virus on your computer. You can still upload your computer, you can still run all your programs, but things just kind of take a little bit longer. And maybe you're dragging a little bit throughout the day. But once you find that virus and you can isolate it and you can get it off the computer, then all of a sudden everything kind of runs more efficiently. It's the same kind of thing. So getting very, very clear and focused on what you want and why you want it, it's what will make or break you. It will absolutely be the thing that makes you push past your limits. Because if it's just kind of, that would be nice if, I'd love to have $1 million. That would be great. Or I have to have $1 million because I have got kids in Africa that are waiting for half that money to come to them. And they are all going to die if I don't do whatever it takes to get this done. It kind of shifts things. When I operated from my survival, Chrissy Key can get by making, just enough money to pay the bills. Chrissy Key doesn't need luxurious vacations. Chrissy Key doesn't need a fancy car. Chrissy Key doesn't need a big house. Chrissy Key grew up in an environment that money was not what made happiness, that love is what made happiness. So I did not care if I had debt. I didn't care if I had school loans that I had to pay off. I didn't care if I couldn't, take a month off and go on vacation. I don't even think that I really need all that fancy, luxurious, fancy talk stuff. I'm okay getting by without it. However, with me just doing enough just to get by, I live a life that only serves me in my survival. And you know what? It doesn't even really serve me. I'm just getting by. When I switched to thinking about what having the income to have the lifestyle that would afford a month's vacation, I also would have the money to afford what it would cost for a month's vacation, time off from work, travel expenses, hotel, food, all of that stuff. I would have that same equal amount of money to donate to one of my favorite causes. Now, how cool would that be? How cool would it be to every year have $10,000 to donate to a charity? How cool would it be even just to be able to sponsor somebody through my coaching program? How cool would it be to do massage just for a donation? How cool would it be just to do all these things that I'm so passionate about doing but never have to worry about money again, and in the meantime pay off my friends' mortgages, my parents' mortgages? How cool would that be? Now that kind of gets me excited. Now, what good is a month's vacation by myself? Now, I can rent out an island, not now, but I'm just saying, in my thinking, where I'm picturing myself in this new vision, I can rent a whole island and I can have cabins for all my favorite people. And now, when I'm hanging out on the beach, I'm hanging out with all my favorite people. How cool would that be? I'm sorry, but if somebody called me up and be like, Chrissy, if I paid for everything, would you be able to take a month off and go to Costa Rica with me? Yeah, I'll be there. How cool would that be to be the one who calls up my friends and says, hey, what you doing in June? No, for the whole month. I'll cover your bills. I'll cover your expenses. You just show up. How cool would that be? That gets me excited. That gets me really, really jazzed. That gets me really pumped up, thinking about what I can do for other people. Then that got me caught more into that bigger picture that I was talking about earlier, and why I'm here, and what my purpose is. And it's not a mistake that I'm here, I believe. I always say, you know, like maybe if there was like 50 of me running around, maybe an extra one could have gotten slipped into the mix, but there's only one of me. And if I believe that everything's perfect, and I believe that everything's on purpose, I have to be perfection too. I have to be here for a purpose too. Again, I can't go, if I believe that it's all one way, I can't have an exception of one thing being different. Even if my ego or my conditioning through society or whatever wants to say, oh no, not you. Yeah, I'm part of the plan too. So I have to be perfection too. And even better, I don't have another me to compare myself to. So how can I ever think that I'm not smart enough or thin enough or pretty enough or talented enough or good enough? Who am I comparing myself to? A different model? Then it's not the same thing. So dropping those comparisons of myself with other people, getting into a mindset of a lifestyle that serves infinite amount of people instead of just myself. It's probably 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, that I even thought about things beyond myself. Like I always thought that I would just make enough money. Like maybe I might get up to like a 6-figure income, maybe. Where I can be like a little bit more comfortable in my own little bubble. But I never really thought that I can make like a multiple 6-figure, multiple 7-figure, or an infinite limited income. Because I never had anything to live for past myself. I never had a vision beyond myself. And when I got a taste of that vision, gosh, now, quite honestly, anybody who knows me, who's had a conversation with me, what am I doing? I'm planning on impacting the world. I have moved in 2 years from, yeah, that'd be cool, you know, sitting here on my couch, just getting by, to now I want to impact the world. That's a lot of work. If I try to figure out the how. It's not a lot of work if I just trust that, okay, if I'm having the vision of impacting the world, then it must be a possibility that I can impact the world. So since I've had that clear vision, I have to trust that I got that vision for a reason. And that vision makes me excited. So instead of like trying to pin down exact statistics on when my whole world influence is going to happen and try to figure out how, no, I just trust that if this came to me for a reason. So if I keep doing what I'm doing, and I stay in alignment, and I stay focused on other people, and I just stay focused on me, becoming the best me and reaching my full potential, then how could I not influence the world, is the way that I look at it now. How can that not